when you're able to build integrity, you know, and find out what you're passionate about, and then let your passion lead you into your purpose, and you start doing purpose-filled type of work, it changes legacy, you know, and that's what we teach all the kids.
Man, this is for you right here, brother.
What's this?
Donation.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so we
Appreciate that, man. Greg Jackson, founder of Hill Charlotte, executive director, conduit for the community, activist, man of God, father of 3 girls, you know, Bronx native, you know, Charlotte adoptean. I don't even know if that's a word. I'm adopted by Charlotte though, man, yeah. 2016. Man, I was living a whole nother lifestyle. I was, you know, 2015, I was in them streets, I was rapping, out here doing, had Hip Hop Rises. That was LLC that I had, doing shows for other local talent. I was full-time as a sous chef in University Hilton. I worked almost at every fine dining restaurant out here in Charlotte. And that's what I was doing all day. Like that was it. And then 2016 hit, and if you could remember, it was like just a bunch of unarmed police killings leading up to it and after it. We had Sandra Bland, we had Philando Castile, we had Alton Sterling, Mike Brown. We just had so many people that we were losing. And then when Keith Lamont Scott happened, I don't even know, man. My little brother was out there protesting on Old Concord the first night when it happened. And I went on the news and I seen it, and I remember being in the middle of the street about to walk to Old Concord. Like I was literally about to like jump in a car and just go there or run, like, cause I seen it on the news what was going on. And I called my little brother and I was like, yo, get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even how we do things. Like it's a way to do it. If you want to do it, I'll show you how to do it. Watch, come with me the next day. And we marched down there, and then, you know, that interview on Fox 46 with me and Captain Mike, who's now Major Mike Capena, that thing went viral. I wasn't going down there not to say anything, you know, so he came out and he talked, and I let him know exactly what was on my mind. And then we had a dialogue, and what was weird was he was cool. Like, he was just like, you gonna meet up with me tomorrow? Like, what's up? Like, meet up with me next week. See what we can do. And I think that whole conversation just kind of changed my mindset. Like, oh, okay, maybe something could happen. And then later on that night, I had the same type of dialogue with Gary McFadden, who's now our sheriff. And while we talking, we hear the gunshot. And then on the radio, McFadden on his radio, all he hears is protester down, protester down, protester down. And we like, yo, what's up? What happened? You know what I mean? So that's the night Justin Carr died. And that really like changed the whole atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like everybody just looked at each other and just said, yo, we didn't come down here for that. We didn't come down here, whoever, you know, did the shooting, however it happened. We didn't come down here for a protester to lose their life. Like, maybe we need to double down on how we gonna do this. Maybe we need to think about how we gonna go about making this just change, and, you know, having these dialogues and making sure we using our voice for positive impact. So after that, we all came to the table and we were like, all right, let's put all that other stuff to the side and let's talk about rebuilding and how we gonna rebuild, how we gonna do community relations with the police department. And then we started doing this new police training. They were having like officers play community members in the trainings. And we went through the training, and I was like, yo, this don't work. You know, me and my partner Antoine, we was like, yo, this doesn't work. This is not how it's supposed to be. Let us bring 25 people up in here, and let us really show y'all what aggression looks like from the community. And they were like, all right, which was another sign for me, like, okay, you know, when things start to part like the Red Sea, you know, it was meant to happen. You know, it was just meant to happen. We started off focused on community relations. We were all about the relationship between the police department in the African American community, and how do we bridge that gap? You know, what needs to be done? What type of trainings or education needs to happen? After the training that we did with CMPD, I quit my job. I was like, yo, I'm out of here. This ain't fulfilling me right now. And then started a youth program in my neighborhood, you know? Cause I think when you from the hood, you start to see kids and then think about, all right, what didn't I have when I was coming up? And what was missing was someone who I could relate to that was willing to be a mentor. So we wanted to provide that for kids. We wanted to say, yo, you know what? Let's provide a healthy space for kids to come and make a safe haven for them. You know, none of us done youth development before, but we knew what the community needed. So we did this youth development program. We had 5 kids, it turned into 40. You know, it's a free program. Right now it looks a little different because of Corona, you know, but we still keeping in touch with them. All of our seniors graduated. 4 out of 5 are in college right now. One's taking some time off, but she graduated with a 4.1, you know, so when she's ready, she can go to whatever college she wants to. So, you know, those type of statistics, man, just having a crime decrease in my neighborhood over the last 3-4 years, 17%, you know, just building an ecosystem and a safety net, you know, creating our own system within the neighborhood. And we created our own table, you know, and I think that's what it was about. It was about creating a culture inside of the neighborhood where everybody could just lean on each other. If you need some rental assistance, that's what we're gonna try to provide. You know, if you need financial literacy classes, we're gonna try to provide that too. So we just wanted to keep growing and adding programs that was gonna, you know, give people progression and help them towards upward mobility. That legacy changing. You know, you either taking a torch or you creating a torch. It's either one, you know, and that's, you gotta build from there. You gotta build from there. There's no destroying, it's just building. We wanted to help some families and provide a space for affordable housing, you know, for low income families. And at first it wasn't the thought of, let's buy a hotel. We wanted to make an expansion. We wanted to expand what we were doing from our neighborhood. And we started to get like up Reagan Drive to 85 in Sugar Creek, and the dynamic started to change. It's 15 hotels over there, you know? And I'm looking around, prostitution, human trafficking, drugs, guns, crime. And what really got me to it was one of my brightest students lives in one of them hotels. And I was dropping her off one day and I was like, yo, this ain't right. Like, this ain't right. Like, why would they even have, you know, this type of environment? And from there I was like, all right, God, we gonna buy the hotel. We started the Reagan Drive initiative, starting to collaborate with other organizations that was in the area, telling them what we do, partnering with SBI, CMPD, just working with everybody. Like, how do we revitalize this area right here? Because it's killing us, you know? And we number 7 in the country in human trafficking, bro. 85 in Sugar Creek is the number 1, number 2 hotspot in Mecklenburg for human trafficking. So those type of statistics, I got daughters, man. You know what I mean? Those type of statistics hit home. We were always developing this plan of, we want to buy the hotel, we want to renovate it, we want to provide rooms for low-income families, we want to take this management office and turn it into a cafe, we want to have a co-working space. Ain't no co-working spaces in the hood. Why ain't no co-working spaces in the hood? We got social entrepreneurs in the hood too. I want everybody to understand how to get out before I leave, you know? This is what we need to do, but it's all in that mindset of that we need to change. And then as we change in the mindset, we gotta also change the system. It gotta be 2 things happen simultaneously. Somebody gotta be changing the system, and somebody gotta be on the ground changing everybody's mindset. That legacy part is what's different. You know, when the kids start coming up and they not just worried about them, and they worried about the next generation, what my community gonna look like 10 years from now, and they not worried about the next 2 years. They worry about the next 5, next 10, next 15, next 50. Now we talking. Now we talking about changing something. And that's what we trying to build. We trying to build these new little legacy builders, you know?